back to another week of Eye of the Storm, a Guelph Storm podcast with myself, Ryan Drury, the voice of the Guelph Storm on Rogers TV, and I'm very pleased to be joined by another member of the team this year and the last of the OAs to talk to from this year's roster, Brayden Hislop. Brayden, how are you, man?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for doing this, man. It's been a lot of fun getting to know your teammates a little bit on the show this year, and I was excited to have you on. Like I mentioned, you're one of 3 OAs on the team alongside Captain Braden Bowman and, of course, Chandler Romeo. It was great to chat with them and get a bit more of a veteran perspective on the team this year. Being one of those veteran guys, how are you feeling about how the team's playing so far? You guys are so good defensively, the best in the league, as a matter of fact, and it's been a lot of fun at the Sleeman Center this year, man. How are you feeling about the team?
I mean, the team's just it's been great so far, and I think we're getting even better as the season keeps going on. I mean, with the end of the trade deadline just happening, we know our core now. We know our group. We brought in a couple guys. Sadly, lost a few guys, but that's kind of part of the game. But now knowing that, the real work starts now, and we're only gonna get better from here on.
Being one of those veteran leaders on the team and getting that trust from Chad Wiseman and the staff, and having a lot of young guys on the team this year, like you guys have had some really good rookie contributors as well, some of whom we've talked to on the show already. What's that mean to you to kind of have that veteran role? You've been in the league for a few years now. You've been playing junior hockey for a while. What's it mean to you to be looked at as one of those leaders on the team?
Yeah, I mean, it's always special. But I'm the same as everyone else. I come to the rink, I put my work in, and that's that. But kind of just showing the younger guys on the team, maybe their first year and stuff, kind of how to do things, and do things the right way. So I'm just another teammate, but it's always special being an older guy now and being a leader and kind of just showing the younger guys the right things.
Well, it's certainly been translating because, like I said, you guys remain the best defensive team in the entire league. It's incredible watching you guys out there just suffocate opponents offensively. Like the Guelph Storm have just been playing lockdown defense the whole year, and you're a huge part of that because you're on that D core. And I know that when George Burnett brought you in the offseason, he was a guy, or you were a guy rather, that he was really targeting, and he was so excited when he got you on the team. What's it mean to kind of have not only that confidence on the ice from the coaching staff, but to know that you were brought in by a front office that really, really wanted you and valued you to be part of this group?
It's super special, and to think that I was ever going to throw on a Guelph Storm jersey I would have thought is not something, but it's pretty cool, and everything from George down, everyone, Chad, assistant coaches have been amazing, and I think any guy on the team would tell you the same thing. But it's pretty special for sure.
Well, it certainly looks that way, and it's translating onto the ice. I want to go back to your younger days growing up playing the game. I know you were born in the St. Clements area and obviously played a lot of AAA hockey for the Waterloo Wolves program, which is a very well-respected program in the Alliance ring. Take me back to your young days playing hockey and growing up. What are some of your favorite memories of growing up playing the game as a kid?
I mean, yeah, I was in Waterloo for 8 years. I played with a core group, a couple of them in the league now, but that was pretty special. One like memory for sure. I mean, minor bantam and major bantam, we went back to back Alliance championship, which was pretty cool. And but just everything, man. Like Waterloo was an amazing organization, especially that minor midget year with head coach Sean Dietrich when he was there. He was a definitely mentor and someone that pushed me to definitely be the player I am today. And but everything was awesome. But yeah, that's about it.
What do you remember best about, some of the people? Maybe you'd like to give them a shout out now from those days. Obviously, I'm sure your family was a big inspiration to you. Who are some other people as well that maybe pushed you along the right path in terms of hockey?
One of my earliest coaches, I mean, definitely my dad. He was probably my earliest coach. He coached me for a couple of years, and he knows how to push me, and I respect that, obviously. Um, One of my earlier coaches in Waterloo by the name of Sean Way. His son actually plays on Sarnia, Cooper Way, one of my good buddies. He was my coach for a couple of years. He actually changed me from a forward to a defenseman, and that's probably the best thing that could have happened for me. He's one that really stands out. And then again, Sean Dietrich, when I really think I stepped up my game from the minor bantam going into the U16 year, and he was a huge part of that.
What was that like making that transition from forward to D? You're not the first guy in hockey I've talked to that, really excelled when that happened. Around what age were you when that occurred? And how'd you find the transition at first? Because it's obviously worked out real well for you because you've settled into the D corps pretty nice.
Yeah, I was young. I mean, I was a forward for a bit. I think probably around like 11, 12, I switched. I mean, I jumped up to AAA, played forward for I think like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. Couldn't really find my groove. I kind of lost it, and I, I, if it wasn't for switching defenseman, I probably wouldn't have made the team. And switched defenseman, and then I kind of rolled it out from there. And thank God I did.
Yeah, it's obviously worked out really well for you because you're one of the better defensive players in the league. You're really smooth back there. You make the right read, and it's contributed hugely to Guelph's defensive success so far this year. When you were a younger kid growing up, were there players in particular that you watched? Maybe not even necessarily NHL guys, but maybe in the NHL, the OHL, were there players you remember watching that you really liked and wanted to kind of maybe model your game after a little bit?
Um, there's a lot of guys. I mean, I'm a Detroit Red Wings fan, so
Okay.
I like Cronwall when I was growing up. He liked to
Nice.
throw the ball around. I wish I could throw my shoulder around like he used
He's
to,
a little
but
bigger than you.
yeah, he is. He is. It's always crazy. It's just, what was that stat? It was like he probably threw the biggest hits ever in the NHL, and he never got into a fight. And it's like, how does that happen? But probably him. I mean, the newer age guys, I liked watching Ekblad. Right now, I really like watching Taves on Colorado. I think he's a super solid defenseman overall, and he's kind of just getting into the spotlight now. But playing beside Makar. But there's a lot of guys. I don't know. I really liked some Red Wings guys, but Cronwall is definitely a standout.
Yeah, for sure. Anytime anyone brings him up, I always think that Marty Havlat hit. He really caught Marty not looking. That was one of the better ones. Hey, Stanley Cup champion. No one can take that
Yeah.
away from him.
No.
I wonder as well, the first time I ever became aware of you was playing in the GOJHL, which is a league I've covered for over 10 years now. And I remember seeing you play in St. Mary's, and I believe we might have a mutual friend in Trent McClement, who told me when I was mentioned that you were going to be coming on the show to say hi to you. What do you remember best about playing for Trent?
Yeah, back in St. Mary's, so that was my 16-year-old year. Actually, that was amazing year of hockey, to be honest. That was probably the best thing that could have happened for me is make that step to the GOJHL, and especially going to St. Mary's. Trent, I have nothing but great things to say about Trent. Like, he was an amazing coach. I think if COVID didn't shut that down, we were going on a little run there. We had a pretty good squad, but yeah, it was amazing in St. Mary's, and yeah, definitely tell him I say hi. But um, I mean, I don't think the GOJHL gets enough respect. Like, it is one of the best like development leagues for younger guys going in and trying to maybe make the next step to the OHL or wherever it is. But the Goj is awesome, and that was a big part of my development was playing there in St. Mary's for Trent.
Well, it's good to hear. I'll definitely make sure that I say hi to him for you. I see him often because I live in Listowel where he's with the Cyclones now. So I will make sure to pass the message along. He said to me, that about you, that you were one of the most likable and coachable kids that he ever had. So that's pretty high praise coming from him. So a pretty, man, the hockey world's small, eh? It's funny
Yes.
that way. Now, obviously, you start your OHL journey in Saginaw, and you also spent some time as well in the GOJHL with the Elmira Sugar Kings, who are one of the most storied junior B franchises in the country, let alone the GOJHL. What was that experience like? And did you overlap at all? You would have had Rob Collins there, I'm sure.
I did, yeah. Rob was the head coach, and he's an awesome coach, man. Like everyone that's played for him would say the same. Yeah, we had a pretty good team, and then so we had I played for St. Mary's. We had the COVID year, and then I was out with Owen Sound. Didn't make that team. So I was coming back to the Goj, and I was like, may as well come back home. So I got a trade to Elmira. Played for Rob for a bit, and then yeah, it was a good team. Had lots of fun. Elmira is a very, very awesome organization. It was a good little time when I was there, and then I got the call to Saginaw, which was pretty cool.
Now, obviously, you start in Saginaw and then you go over to North Bay, and now you end up in Guelph. And I'm sure it was maybe a bit of a shock and a pleasant surprise when all of a sudden your old junior B coach, Rob Collins, is suddenly on the bench for the Storm. What was that reunion like?
Oh yeah, it was awesome. I remember when the trade was going through, I stopped in and saw him there, which was pretty cool, and saw the coaches, met them. But yeah, it's pretty cool having him as our defenseman coach too. Like he's one of the most likable coaches we'll probably ever have. All three of them, Fitzy, Chad, and Rob. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, like there was getting the opportunity to come here just in general, like you can never pass up on, and I definitely had to hop on that opportunity.
Yeah, it's worked out really well. And yeah, another example yet again of the hockey world being awful small. And it's worked out for both of you guys, I would say, this year with how well Guelph's playing, especially defensively. I want to talk a little bit about your equipment. I've talked to all your teammates about this and kind of, pick their brains a little bit. It's something I like to do. Are you a super particular guy with your equipment, any aspect of it? Are you superstitious at all with any of it? What kind of stuff do you prefer to use?
Nothing. I mean, I. It's not that I could care less, but I don't have any superstitions, nothing like that. Just throw my gear on, whatever it is. Like when I was growing up, I'd use different flex, different height stick, different curve, different brand, whatever it was. I just use that. So I don't have any superstition on equipment, nothing like that, to be honest.
I like that. You're a bit old school. We could throw a wood stick to you and you'd use that.
If I had to, I would, yeah.
I like that. What are you using this year? Have you stuck on any particular stick this year that you like, or have you been switching it up?
No, I think I've used the same curve and flex since I've gone to the league. It's the Jet Speed P92 3/4 inch blade and the 75 flex. So I haven't changed anything. I haven't really looked to try to change anything. Just stick with it, and hopefully it works.
Man, that P92 curve, it's awful popular now, I find. It might be
Yeah,
the most used curve in the league.
yeah, yeah. A lot of guys are using it. Not a lot of guys on Guelph though use the like the Max Blade, the thicker ones.
Right.
I tried it out when I first got to Saginaw, and I liked it, so I stuck with it.
There you go. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I like it. Not particular about the equipment at all. You just throw anything on and go out there and play great defense. I like it.
Yeah, pretty much it.
That's good. I want you to talk a little bit about the group this year. You've been, part of a few different teams at different levels and, all your teammates to a man. And, I see it when I come in the rink. You guys look like a real special group, man. Like you guys are tight knit. Everybody seems to be best buddies with the guy next to him. It's really, really special to watch. And like, look, you watch junior hockey, there's a lot more goal scoring, stuff like that. And so to see you guys play defense the way you are and lead the league in defensive efficiency and goals against, like that takes a lot of maturity and buy-in from the team. And you guys really seem to have that. You're not first in defense for no reason, Brayden. How special is this group that you're a part of this year?
It's actually been amazing. I mean, truthfully, this is the tightest group I've ever been around since I've started playing, for sure. Like everyone's just brothers, and we get to the rink, and like you should see our practices, just dialed. Like, and it's so fun. Like you're working your 110%, but you're having fun and like boy, you'll go at it with the guys and like, but everyone knows it's part of what we do. It's work, right? Like, but everyone's having fun doing it, and yeah, we're so bought in right now, and it's just going to get even better. Um, but it's been pretty cool, and everyone comes, puts their work boots on every day. Uh, give 110% effort, and then you're literally just best buddies there at the rink. Like it is definitely the tightest group I've been around. So it's been something special for sure to be a part of.
Well, we can tell it translates to the way you play on the ice and the whole team. Like I said, it's been amazing to watch how locked in you guys have been. Your goaltenders too. All of it's just gelling. The trade deadline, obviously, some additions to the team as well. And I know that defense in this day and age isn't necessarily the sexiest stat. People like their goal scoring, but I really think you guys are underrated, man. I don't think a lot of people are talking about you guys as serious contenders enough. Just how deep do you think this team can go?
I think we can win it. I know we can if we play the right way. I mean, defense wins games, right? But we just got to keep going, doing the same thing, practice habits, everything. Just we got to keep going and get better. We're not perfect at anything right now, and we just got to get better, keep going, do the same thing, uh, get better at our habits, everyday habits, and I think things will be going in the right way for sure.
I like that. It's a veteran answer. I like it. And I like the confidence. And I agree with you. Why not you guys the way you guys are playing? Why can't you guys do some damage and go all the way? Why not? I want to ask you a little bit about, hanging out with the guys and some of the stuff you guys get up to. I've talked to some of the other guys about some of the NHL competition that's gone on. I know Nemesnikov's more of a COD guy. There's some Fortnite players. What is your preference if the guys are going to have a game night? Like, are you a big NHL guy like me and my friends used to be? What's the preference?
Not a big video game guy in general, but
Right?
if I were to get on PS4, it'd probably be Fortnite.
Okay. Are you
Um,
good?
Probably average. Not too
Okay.
good. I'm
You're
not like
honest. I like
yeah.
that.
The the young guys are good.
Yeah.
The Will McFadden's, Singer, Snelly, like those guys are good. I can tell they've had some years of playing that game for sure. Um,
Okay.
but I don't get on much, but yeah, definitely the young guys got it. I think like they're pretty good at it.
Okay. I respect that. You're honest about your video game abilities, and I respect that because I've heard and I've been asking your teammates since I heard this rumor, and I want you to confirm this for me if you can. I've heard from numerous different people that Braden Bowman's the best NHL player on the team. Can you confirm that Bonesy's the best?
Probably say he's the best. I mean, on the bus, he's pretty dialed in. Uh,
Okay.
I haven't like played with him online or anything, but on the bus, he wins games for sure. So I know Miggsy's always going at him, but I'm not
I've
sure.
heard that too.
I think Bonesy might have it. Miggsy might be up there. So I'm not totally 100% sure, but them two are pretty good, and Bonesy might have the edge on him.
Okay, yeah, because that's what I've heard. I've heard from a lot of people that Bones is one and McGuire is right there with him. So
That might
I
be
would
it.
like to sit down and like ref an official tournament. I would like to see them go head to head so we can sort this out once and for all.
I'd like to see
Um,
that too. It'd probably be
yeah,
pretty
why? Yeah,
emotional.
let's set something up. Yeah,
Yeah,
like we'll figure it out. I'll run it
yeah.
by the guys in the sewer circle at the rink on the weekend.
Sounds
Um,
good.
I want to ask you as well, just about you mentioned the bus, obviously in the OHL. There's long bus trips. Are you a big Netflix guy on the road? Are there any shows you like to watch? Like, do you get dialed in on music? Like, what's your preference when you're traveling?
I like to play cards with the boys.
There you
Um,
go.
and then other than that, yeah, a lot of music. Maybe play some games on my phone, but a lot of music and cards. Maybe just messing around with Rome's because I sit beside him, but that's always a good time. Nemo too, get them riled up. But yeah, cards and music pretty much. We got a long one coming tomorrow, so maybe I think we'll get the PS4s going. On the really long ones, we get the PS4s going, so maybe hop in a few games there.
Yeah, why not? Do some scouting for me. Like
I
scout out the
will.
abilities, get everybody in there. All right. I love it. Music wise, what are you into? It seems like a big country room. I've had a couple other answers. Some guys are more in the pop world, a couple rock guys. Where would you fall?
Country for sure.
Yeah, you're a big
Country.
country guy.
Sure. Well, how about you? Do you like country?
I don't mind. So I'm not the hugest country fan. I'm a big metalhead. I
Yeah.
I
Okay.
I grew up on the metal, the classic rock, so I don't know if
Yeah.
my music picks would be popular in your dressing room, but what would you be throwing on right now if you're in control?
Uh, maybe some. Probably some Wallen, Morgan Wallen. I mean,
Nice.
there's a debate going on in the room right now. Like, Rome's just overplays Zach Bryan too much,
I've
and
heard
and
this.
and like I think there's a bunch of us that like Wallen more than Zach Bryan, and he throws a fit about that. But
Oh,
uh,
okay.
yeah, so there's a debate going on about that. Um, I like Wallen better. I think Zach Bryan's really good, but overall, definitely a country guy. I'd throw in some Wallen, maybe Tyler Childers, if you know who he
Okay.
is. Yeah. Um, yeah, probably that. I like Whiskey Myers. You know who they
Okay.
are?
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, a
Yeah,
couple songs from like if you ever watch Yellowstone. They got a good music.
absolutely.
They got a good music track there. Some Coulter Wall maybe. Um,
I
but
like
yeah,
it.
yeah.
You got a bit more of the indie country scene going on. I like that. That interests me a little bit. So yeah, when I grew up and my parents were cranking country up, I was raised on the classics, Alan Jackson, Tim McGraw,
Yeah.
Brooks and Dunn. Like that's what I
Yeah.
was exposed to a lot as a kid. Maybe that's why I rebelled and started cranking Pantera and Metallica. I don't know. But
Yeah, well,
you never know.
that stuff pre-game's awesome. So
Exactly. Well, and on that note, I want to ask you, I've asked all your teammates this, if you could pick a goal song, like a custom goal song, like they're letting some guys do in the NHL, is there one that comes to mind that would kind of fit you?
I don't know. Goal song. I'd probably do something hard, like throwing some Black Sabbath, maybe. Uh,
Well, I like
maybe
that. We're kicking it
maybe some
old.
War Pigs. War Pigs is a good song, like that.
Incredible answer. Now we're on the same page, Brayden.
Get the fans going a bit.
Absolutely. That might be one of my favorite goal song suggestions all year so far. I like that. War
There we
Pigs for
go.
Hislop. I like it. That's a beauty, man. I love that one, man. All right. I want to ask you as well. I've been asking this as kind of a final question to all your teammates this year. And this is always something that's very interesting to me because I've had a lot of really interesting answers. I want you to put yourself in a dream starting lineup. So you obviously playing defense. So give me a defense partner, a starting goalie, and three forwards. Could be anybody. Doesn't even have to be NHL guys. Just a dream lineup that you'd like to start in. Who's going on the ice with you?
Um, like hockey players. Oh, Lidstrom. It's my D partner.
Not
Uh,
bad.
we'll throw Datsuk in there. Um,
Greatest hands of all time.
definitely Stevie Y. Um,
We're going Red Wings heavy. I like this. Okay.
yeah. Maybe we'll mix it up a bit. Actually, no, we're not. We're throwing Howe in there.
Yes, dude. Don't mix it up. Go with your gut.
Maybe Osgood. Maybe
Underrated.
Osgood in there.
Do you think he should get into the Hall of Fame? I do.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
400 plus wins, 3 cups.
Yeah,
Come on. He
yeah,
did his part too.
yeah. He could play for sure.
He was a
He
good
was.
goalie, man. Hey, I love it. Throw you right in the middle of that great red Gordy on the right side, Stevie Y and Dad. Hey, that's not bad. Maybe have Cronwall jumping off the bench behind you and Lidstrom.
Yeah, yeah. He'll be a three.
Absolutely. Well, man, look, I really appreciate this. It's been fun to watch your career throughout different stages. I kind of feel lucky because I got to watch you in junior B, which I didn't necessarily get to watch some of the other guys on the team before, I encountered them in the OHL. So it's been amazing to see your career progress. You're having a great season. The team's playing great. And I really, really appreciate you doing this, Brayden. Best of luck going forward, eh?
Yeah, thank you very much, and we'll be seeing you around the rink.
Absolutely, my friend. All right. Remember, everybody, you can find this show on all your favorite podcast apps, including Apple and Spotify. You can find links as well on the team website. We're on YouTube as well. And speaking of the team website, if you want to get some tickets, come down and watch Brayden and his teammates play stifling defense at the Sleeman Center. You can find tickets on the Guelph Storm website or the box office at the Sleeman Center. I'm Ryan Drury. We'll be back next week with more Eye of the Storm.